Hello and welcome to this lecture, and in this lecture we are going to talk something about strings. Now if you recall, we have already typed in the program for printing out the hello world. So in that case what we did is that we have simply typed out print, and in brackets inside single quotes we had something like hello world. So that was actually easy enough. So if you typed in this thing and if you hit enter, you got the result as hello world. But if you are using a console and you need to print out hello world in this, what you could simply do is that you could even eliminate the use of print and you could simply mention this hello world inside single quotes. So let me just go ahead and type in hello world in single quotes, and let's see what is going to be the result in this case. So if you hit enter, as you could see, still you got hello world, and also you could express this in double quotes as well. So if in double quotes you type in hello world, as you could see, you still got the same result. Now the problem with this thing is that, let's say you have a sentence in which you want to use a quote, but that quote is going to be inside the sentence. So let's take a simple example. So let's say we want to type something like he is a good guy. So in this line, if we specify this line which is he's a good guy in single quotes, and if you try to hit enter, as you could see, you are going to have an error over here. Now the reason for the error is that Python actually thinks that you have started the quote here, you have ended the quote here. That means that this thing is a single line, and he does not actually understand what you have written after it. So we actually need to have some way in which we could tell Python that this is not the Python single quote, this is actually a quote in our sentence. So for doing that, what we do is that we bring up the line here by pressing the upper arrow key. So if you have typed some line of code and if you want to bring it up again, you could press the upper arrow key, and right here, right before the single quote, we use something which is called as backslash. So if you have a look on your keyboard, this backslash is right above your enter key. So if you type in a backslash here, what this thing does is that it actually tells Python that this thing right here is a single quote, but it is not included in the syntax of Python. Instead, it is a single quote from our sentence. So if you do that and if you hit enter, as you could see, you are going to have the result as he is a good guy. Now one more thing which I would like to mention is that there is other alternative to this as well. So if you simply type in double quotes, and what you could do is that you could actually use single quotes and double quotes without having any problems. So if you type in he's a good guy over here and hit enter, as you could see, you are going to get a result as he's a good guy, and the same case applies to single quotes as well. So if you have some single quotes, and in here if you actually want to mention something in double quotes like he is let's say we want to specify the word good in quotations, and if we type in guy after it and if you hit enter, as you could see, still it is going to have no issue. But if you are using double quotes for the syntax and double quotes inside your sentence too, then you are going to have a problem. So for example, if we type he is a, and again use double quotes like good guy, as you could see, you are going to have an error. So the same thing applies to this thing as well. So if you want to have the sentence in double quotes and have double quotes in it, you again need to use a backslash right before the double quotes, and if you execute this thing, it is not going to work. But if you specify backslash before each and every double quote like this, which I have done right here, so if you have this sentence right here, so what you need to do is that you need to go here, have a backslash right before the double quotes, and have a backslash right before the double quote ends. So what this thing does is that it tells Python that these quotes does not actually belong to the syntax, instead they belong to the sentence. So if you hit enter now, as you could see, you are going to have no error in the out. So that's it for this lecture, and I hope you guys learned a thing or two about strings. And in the next lecture, what we are going to learn is that we are going to learn how to accept the user input in Python. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next lecture. Thank you.